Today, we're going to show you how to install a 2004 to 2016 GU wagon dashboard. Okay, before you start, I recommend disconnecting the battery. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is remove the steering wheel and the steering column surround. You don't necessarily need to do this. You can wiggle them past, but if you're doing it by yourself, it's going to make it a lot easier. And for the ease of this video, we're going to do it. To get the airbag off, there's two little plastic covers here that you need to pop off. Once you've got those two tabs off, there's a T30 Torx bit. This is an anti-tamper Torx bit, so you will need the special tool. Once they're undone, you can just pull the airbag forward. Now there is some wiring holding it in. There's a yellow plug for the airbag itself. You need to put something under the little black piece and pop it up. The rest just unclips from this clip here, which is just your typical missing clip. Off it comes. Okay, you'll need a 19mm to remove the steering wheel. Little trick with the steering wheel is don't undo it all the way, leave it on a bit, and then give it a pull. This will save you from smacking yourself in the face. Now you need to remove the 3 screws in the steering wheel column shroud. To get it apart, just get a screwdriver or a trim tool and just give it a tweak in here. Pop the clips, pull the front top off. Okay, you'll have to maneuver the trim a little bit around the key reader here. There is a plastic ring that you can remove that'll give you a little bit more room. Next, we're going to take this under dash trim off here. There's 4 10mm bolts, 2 holding the bonnet latch and 2 holding the fuel filler. When you've done that, you need to just slide them forward a bit and then they'll come down. Once you've done those two, there's a screw over on the left here, down the bottom. Now you've got that off, you should be able to just pop it off the clips. You'll have to feed the fuel door latch through. Okay, now we need to move the stereo surround. Then just grab the top pocket here and give it a bit of a yank back. You just need to undo the plugs for the hazards and the demister or any other accessories you might have in that location. There's 2 screws up here, one here and one here. Now you've got those 2 screws undone, you just need to give the surround a bit of a pull at the bottom here. It should come down. Once you've got that pulled out a bit, you can get to the plug for the electric mirrors and disconnect that. Once we've got that out, we'll remove the cluster. There's 4 screws, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Should be able to pull that forward enough to undo the plugs at the back. All right, now we'll remove this silver trim on the side here. You should be able to just grab it at the bottom and give it a yank, then unplug the dash light dimmer switch and any accessories you might have. There is these little metal tangs in here that you'll need to try and clip back as you pull it. Now we're going to focus on removing most of the stuff from the center dash. Depending on the model you'll have, it'll either have a cargo pocket or a GPS screen. It's the same way of removal, it's just that if you have the GPS screen, you'll have to undo the plugs at the back. So I'll undo these 3 screws. Give it a firm pull on the bottom here. And work your way around. You may need a trim tool to put in here. Don't have to worry about damaging the dash too much. Then you'll need to remove your head unit, whether it's factory or aftermarket. They're pretty much all bolted in the same way, just the 4 bolts on the side here. when you'll need to unplug them. This aftermarket stereo has a USB point in the glove box, so I can't remove it until I'm up to the glove box stage. So once the stereo's disconnected, we now need to do the heater controls. The heater controls can stay in the vehicle. We just need to undo these 4 screws. Now this will also be the same for your climate control. Something you're going to need to do is remove this lower trim. So you will need to slide your shifter surround back or possibly move it, whichever one's going to be easier. There's 3 different types of shifter surrounds. This one's the TB48, so it will be slightly different for each vehicle, but most of the screws and stuff are the same. Okay, first things first, move the ashtray, which all you need to do is just pull it up and then pull. To give yourself some more room when lifting this back a bit, I suggest moving all the levers into the backwards position. Now there's a screw in the middle here under the ashtray. There's 2 screws, one on each side of the console here that you need to undo. Then you should be able to lift the back of the shifter surround up and slide it back. Just enough. You may need to pull the handbrake up, give you a bit more room. There we go, that should be enough to get to these 2 screws down here to remove this panel. If you do need a little bit more room, you can undo the gear knobs and undo any of the plugs for these accessories. Okay, so once we've got those 2 screws undone, you just need to pull it out a bit, pop it down, bring it forward and undo the plugs, 12-volt accessories and whatever other. Okay, now we've got that removed, it's now time to head over to the glove box. What you need to do is open the glove box and there'll be 3 screws at the top here, one in the middle and one on the other side. And then there's another screw halfway down on the left and 2 screws on the bottom. Once you've undone all them, then you'll need to give it a bit of a tug. There's a clip on this left-hand side. Now here's that USB from earlier, and then we'll remove the head unit. So once we've got the glove box removed, it's now time to undo the airbag from underneath. You need to undo this from the brace bar and keep it attached to the dashboard, and then we'll remove it once it's out of the vehicle. You just need to undo that 1 12mm bolt, and then undo the airbag plug. The clip for this plug is actually inside the plug itself, so you just need to pull that up. Now we've got the glove box off, we're just going to get rid of this trim here. Most of the screws should be gone by now, so we've only just got to undo this one here. Now you just need to grab it at the bottom here. There'll be 2 clips located just under the heater controls. You just need to pop. Just pop that one up. There we go. And then that should just slide out. All right, we need to remove the 2 demister vents. Just need to get yourself a trim remover or a screwdriver, slide it in the end and pop it up. Move your way along to pop the clips. There is the alarm light here at the end that you'll need to unplug. You can unplug that through here. Okay, now with all that off, you're finally up to actually taking the screws that hold the dashboard in. There's one on both sides of the dashboard at this point. Now take out the one where the dash cluster is located, and lastly the 2 that were under the vents. Okay, now we've got the dashboard loose, we're going to take the pillar trim off, and I also recommend just peeling some of this body rubber back a bit to give you a bit more room. Just need to unpop the 2 clips here and then use a screwdriver to undo the handle. And then you should be able to just pop the trim off. Now these are the clips that your screws thread into. The new dashboard doesn't have any of these, so every screw you took out of your dashboard needs one of these. So I highly recommend going through the dash now and popping them out and putting them in the new dash. Now you'll need to remove your airbag, so you'll need something like a flat blade screwdriver just to pull some of these clips apart. Once you've done that, then you need to remove the left-hand dash vent. There's one screw at the bottom of this and you'll just need to work your way around and unclip it. Once you've done that, you can then remove your dash ducting. There's a couple of screws around this, remembering when refitting it to the new dashboard to reinstall your left-hand dash vent. So now we've got the old dashboard stripped down and everything fitted to the new dashboard. What we're going to do is we're going to reinstall this back in the vehicle. Now we're not going to run back through it all, it just needs to go back in the same way you took it out. Now we've got the dashboard all fitted back up and it's looking fresh. If you have any comments, please let us know down below. And don't forget, if you're looking for a new GU4 Plus dashboard, make sure you head over to patrolapart.com.au.